The Zhou family tend a soccer field-sized plot some 90 kilometres from China's border with Myanmar. They switched from growing sugarcane to coffee 7 years ago, and in doing so, doubled their income. At today's commodity price, this household of 4 makes around $2,500 annually.
It doesn't take a lot of work. Even the children and old folk here do it. And the income, well, it's quite nice.
Of course, the word nice is relative, but for the 40,000 coffee-growing families across Yunnan, one of China's poorest provinces, only tending tobacco pays as well. Yunnan produces 98% of China's beans, most of it for export, but its output hardly registers on the world stage. The total coffee growing area covers just 280 square kilometres, or around 1/60th the size of Beijing. Brazil is the world's biggest coffee producer, with over 39 million bags in 2009, more than double the combined harvest of Latin America's other big players. In Africa, the beverage's birthplace, Ethiopia and Uganda lead the continent, while India and Indonesia are serious Asia producers. Vietnam, with an 18 million bag harvest in 2009, is ranked second. And this dwarfs China's output, though it's set to double production to 1.5 million bags by 2015 by doubling the area under cultivation.
China makes up 1/5 of the world's population, so its potential share of today's global coffee consumption could be $100 billion. But at present, the Chinese consume just around $4 billion of coffee products, so there's good potential.
And that's why the Yunnan government says it's prepared to invest $450 million in the industry, which it regards as a surefire way to boost rural incomes. The government's calculations rely on coffee having a widespread appeal, not just among the country's urban middle class. That said, the big brands are getting involved with the authorities to help develop the industry, with Starbucks planning to operate a base farm, research and production facilities, plus offer training to local farmers. And domestic coffee producers intend to move up the value chain as the industry expands. Dehong Hogood is evolving from being a bean supplier to Nestle to developing its own brand of powdered instant coffee. A state-of-the-art 10,000-tonne annual capacity production line should be fully operational in 2012. The company is now preparing to become China's first listed coffee producer, so as to fund further expansion.
Japan and South Korea have long-held tea culture traditions, but their coffee consumption is also remarkable. So we do believe that in the future, China, like Japan and Korea, will have a market for coffee culture combined with its tea culture.
This local company also believes profits are to be made from competing elsewhere, mainly in Asia. Over the coming 5 years, China could start to bother other producers in the region, notably Indonesia and India. As for the growers, they're banking on the expanding ranks of middle-class urban families to keep adding coffee to their shopping lists. This way, as China's supply grows, growing demand should maintain a worthwhile commodity price for all.